Well, you know, when we're at the back of the bus, that means one thing. We're working on the engine. So in our last series of adventure videos, turns out we lost our exhaust manifold gasket, or part of it. And while that was not catastrophic, that is certainly something we want to fix. So we did go ahead and buy 2 new gaskets, one to have as a spare, because if this were to happen again, I'd love to be able to take care of it right away. And then the other one, of course, to put in right now. So let me show you where we're at and lay out the plan for what we're going to do today. So it is close to 30 degrees here in Minnesota, which is actually unseasonably warm, I would say. No snow, really. Got the block heater in. Feel a little heat up here. This is where you feel most of it. It's definitely getting warm there. It should fire up without too much problem. So if you want to see all the saga of what we did and all that, you can watch our other videos, but this is what we're looking at here, where the offense was. And you can see I was trying to pack it full of steel stick, and that worked temporarily, but it always blew out. You can see a little bit better, maybe where it was leaking out of. Yeah, a lot of that is steel stick that I wedged in there just to try and stop it a little bit. Yeah, you can see right there where it's just gone, that little gap there. Probably the worst adverse effect that we had was low boost, especially in the mountains. So that took our fuel mileage down a little bit, which actually wasn't horrible, but the last leg back here was really bad. It was somewhere around 5 miles per gallon. We did see well over 6 a couple of times, maybe more in the flats in Florida. But with our turbo working at full efficiency, we're usually a little bit better, usually normally in the 6s. But anyway, with lower exhaust manifold pressures, because it's getting out, that meant lower boost pressure. So we were definitely having a boost problem. Normally we see, at peak, 20 to 25. That's like max what we're gonna get. We were seeing anywhere between 15 and 17. And, it's trying to keep up in the hills and all that is just really hard to do when you just can't generate the horsepower. So definitely, this is not something you want to live with long term. So what we're going to do, because it's cold, we're going to start the bus up, get the block warmed up, everything warmed up, because it'll be easier to work on with just bare hands in the Minnesota temps here. And I will also show you what it sounds like. That's the other thing that is really noticeable. I call it kind of has that beater truck sound to it, which, come to find out, is probably more just a exhaust manifold leak. Nothing terribly wrong with the engine. Terribly. Words are hard sometimes. All right, let's get this thing fired. And actually, I will show this side here. Watch for the white smoke coming out of this side. That will show you where the exhaust leak is. And listen for the sound. It's going to be a higher pitched, almost ticking sound. And you're probably just hearing more of the valves and all that. All right, let's go. Ooh, she's still good and cold. We've had the block heater on for a couple hours, but not enough. It'll probably fire better this time. It's still got that thing where there's some cylinders not hitting on this side, but I can move the throttle and nothing really happens, but for some reason starting it down or shutting it down, starting it back up tends to wake something up on this side. it was going so good. So this one here is fine. That one loosens. That one's loose, where the nut turns and the bolt or stud does not. But this one here, let's see if I can get the light on it. See, the stud is turning with it. It's rusted on there. So I'm trying to actually maybe tighten it. I'm going to crush the gasket a little bit, but that's okay. What I want is for the bolt on there to free up and start getting a little movement on it, but I don't know. I've also thought maybe be able to grind a channel in there and then use a screwdriver to hold it while I turn it with this wrench. Because for what I've been told is the studs go into the water jacket, so I don't want to pull one of those out, otherwise I'm going to get coolant coming out. I'm hesitant to say that I've got it coming, but here's the contraption I have going on here. Got some vice grips on a stud extractor. I'll show that here in a little bit. And a socket to tighten it up. And then I have a wrench there on the actual bolt. So the stud extractor's on the outside, bolts on the inside. It's kind of a mess, but I think it's moving. We did get it. Oh man, is it turning the whole thing now? Nope. So I think we're gonna be okay. This bolt is gonna have to chase these threads. They are not happy. Boy, it's a good thing I warmed this engine up because it is getting chilly out here. I got this this clamp off, but oh, it's starting to move. All right, I think we're in good shape because this thing was not moving at all. It was like rust welded in place. I'm kind of excited to see what's I don't know, I've never really looked in that part of the engine before, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Ooh. Hopefully nothing bad happens here. Ooh. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, what do we got? It must be valves and stuff. More valves and stuff. It looks pretty black, but I'm guessing that's normal because it is exhaust after all. And there you can see where we lost it. This is where I was packing it in here. Ooh, that is on there pretty good. Okay, so I thought we'd bring it to the shop and get a little better look at it. This is the new, obviously the old, and that's what we lost there, was that little bit. So I think we'll get a new one on, and this has some red paint on it there, so I'm pretty sure this is pretty much original, or to whenever they painted the engine. I'm not seeing any stuff on there. I don't know if I'm supposed to put any sealant on there or anything. It doesn't really seem like there is. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask around. All right, here. So, cleaned up the exhaust manifold here. Just made sure there was nothing, I don't know, the surface was good, so it'll mate well. I did notice a couple of black spots. You can't tell now because everything's black, but a couple of black spots here. So I was probably losing a little bit of boost down here as well. It probably wasn't much. This side was where it was the worst, so that's obviously going to be bad. So all right. The other thing someone mentioned was to put the these little rolled nubbins on the outside, probably so those meet this, and you can see how they kind of matched before. See the light there? So that makes sense to me. All right, I'm gonna put this on. Yes, indeed, it is, in fact, only 4 o'clock Minnesota time. And I did clean and prep this as best I could. It seems like, alright, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get. I was actually under the impression that there were holes in this manifold. Turns out there's actually not. It's just all basically clamped into place. So what actually holds it is, I don't know if it's on camera here because obviously I'm not holding it. There's a V-clamp that, oh, I got my sweatshirt in there. That thing's that the exhaust mates to, and I bet I gotta put that on first. Or is this gonna stay on at all? No, probably not. I need to get, let's try for at least that. If I can get this one on the end here, I think we'll be in good shape. So it's all kind of held down with these clamps, or fingers, or I don't know what you call them. You know, I definitely have come to appreciate the beauty and simplicity of this engine design. It doesn't do anything more than it needs to do. There's no extra parts that don't need to be there. It just, it's all just kind of made to work. All right, now I'm gonna try and get this clamp on. Really sucks when you can't really feel your hands anymore. It's kind of the worst. Like I said, I ran the engine for a while before I started this project, trying to keep it warm so it'd be at least a little tolerable to work on. I mentioned it's cold, right? I've got my little impact here that probably make quick work of these. I haven't torqued anything down yet, of course. Now, don't worry. This is only a this is a little DeWalt impact. It's not gonna be strong enough to actually torque anything down. Yeah, this last one over here, I gotta do it with the wrench. Oh, I mean, I kind of want to start it up tonight yet. I don't see why not. I mean, okay, I think everything's secure. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, I guess? I'm gonna go turn on the main switch and let's give her hell, huh? Okay, so back to what we're looking for is, do we see any smoke out of here or anything? Now this engine's still pretty warm, so it's probably gonna fire right up. But, oh man. I'm still a little nervous. I don't know why. I mean, what's the worst that could... I mean, you can run these with no exhaust manifold if you really want, but it sounds like a dragster then. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm pretty happy with myself there, and you know, the old bus did all right. Could you tell the difference in sound? I'll play the old sound now, and then let's compare it to the new sound the way it is. That noise should be gone. And I did notice a little puff of something, I thought, but I'm gonna wait until the engine's real cold so I can actually see the white smoke where it might be coming from. But yeah, I think it's just getting cold. It's gotta be like 20 degrees out right now. So I'm gonna clean up here a little bit. I guess that's how you do it, right? Or at least how I do it. So if you like what we're doing, if you want to follow along for fixing your own bus like this, getting your hands dirty, subscribe. If you just like this one and you don't want to know about anything else or see what anything that we're doing, just thumbs up, that'd be cool. But thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.